Hello and welcome to Nativa Intuition. I'm your hostess Nativa here. This reading is going to be for the sign of Scorpio. Now I do have the AC on. It's kind of loud, but it's really hot. So I'm using my mic so that you can hear me clearly. Okay. I tried doing the reading a couple times and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to put the mic closer. Okay. Anyway, so Scorpio. This is your reading, okay? We're gonna see what's going on with you, what you need to know. All right, let's read about your sign first because I keep forgetting to do that with all the signs, and I am sorry if I haven't done it for you. But yeah, sorry about that. Let's read though. Let's read about what Scorpio is about. Okay, I particularly like the sign of Scorpio because it's about like, and it's not the overall, but the cards that represent Scorpio is like endings, new beginnings, right? So that's why I like it. So let's read. So Scorpio is a water fixed sign. The key phrase is I create. Interesting. October 23rd, November 21st. The mysterious energy of water takes on the fixed quality of intensity to suggest a determined quest to unearth the truth. The key phrase I create plays out as a motivation to create reality based on hand-picked truths. In this situation, ask, what is the truth behind the facade? Things are not always what they seem. The energy of Scorpio is alluring and powerful and can be dangerous when pursued for its own sake, rather than as a means to an healthy and balanced end. Avoid using your powers for evil. Wow. So that's what they say about you, Scorpio. You are all about creation. Okay, which I do see when it comes to endings and new beginnings. When you have a new beginning, you're creating, you're manifesting that new beginning. So I feel like you are doing that. Okay. That was a gnat, okay? But I don't think you're particularly evil, okay? What they mean probably is like don't use your powers for like selfishness, alright? But a handpicked truth. So you create your reality based on a handpicked truth. Let's see what's going on with you. Let's see. We're going to start with the tarot and then we're going to clarify, okay? I don't even think you guys can hear my music. Hold on. I don't know. Let me see. I mean, I don't think you can hear a lot except for my voice, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see what's going on for the sign of Scorpio, Holy Spirit. You can have Scorpio anywhere in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus. Okay. Let's see what's going on for the sign of Scorpio. I feel like the energy is better now. I feel like this reading is gonna go good. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Alright, so yeah, you are creating something. Something is being offered to you, given to you. You are receiving something here. Okay, a new opportunity. A new adventure, possibly. Maybe you're getting ready to travel. I don't know. A new career. Something new is on the horizon for you. We do have the Four of Cups coming out here. There's some sort of form of rejection here. Alright, you're guarded towards something with the Nine of Wands. Or you're very persistent, even if you felt like you've gotten so many no's. You're determined to get that yes. Yeah, and with the Wheel of Fortune, that gives me a yes card. So Even if they tell you no, you're going to keep going because it's what you want, right? It's your desire or it's your destiny. It's your destiny to keep going here, to keep going on something. Okay, what is this Four of Cups for Scorpio? Ooh. Justice, it landed sideways, so I feel like you're not accepting anything that's unfair. Okay, and with the Six of Wands, I'm seeing that you are looking towards the new, you are looking towards success. All right, you're also being recognized, being admired, possibly. You could be an influencer as well. Okay, you could be an artist. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, and then we have the Hierophant here. Yeah, you're gaining some sort of energy and inspiration to create something new. Okay, maybe something before rejected you and you were like, you know what, I'm not giving up, whatever, you don't want to say yes to me, I'm gonna keep going. And it actually fueled you. Okay, it gave you fire. Water and fire mixed together, I don't know about that, but you've got that within you. You've got that passion, that desire, okay, to go forward in something here. Okay, and I feel like you have a lot of faith in this too. Look at you, King of Cups here. All right, so yeah, you have a lot of faith. Also, this is your spirit guides being around you, encouraging you. Okay, they love you so much. And also, you're going to get approved, all right, in something here. Even if like it felt like you got so many no's, again, you're going to get approved. You're not giving up on this approval here. Now, this could be towards some sort of religion, society, norms, some sort of organization here that you're trying to obtain a position in, or maybe this is some sort of knowledge that you're trying to get. Okay, so you're trying to get some sort of knowledge here. All right, there's something that you have the power to do, and I feel like you know this, and that's why you have all this passion and desire to do it. Okay, so tell me more about this for Scorpio. Ooh, yeah, the Chariot. Look at that. Okay, I told you this is gonna be a good reading. And then we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, forward movement in here. Okay, there's nothing better than achieving something. I'm hearing there's nothing better than that. So maybe you feel like really inspired to achieve something, and then to be given some sort of like support here. Okay, Spirit is saying to rest, relax. All right, you're going to get it, or you've already gotten it. All right. You could be going on vacation. Like I said, you could be traveling. All right, so tell me more. Two of Pentacles. All right, it did came sideways, and then we have the Ten of Cups here. Yeah, you may have to make a decision on something. You're weighing your options here, trying to understand something here when it comes to divine love, or maybe relationships, or building a family, a stable home here. Okay, wanting to fulfill something here, but trying to figure out maybe how. Or maybe you're trying to adapt to something here after you've already pursued something. You may have already achieved this. Okay, because we did see the Six of Wands, though it's not on the table. But I do get that whatever it is, you're trying to manage this appropriately. Okay, you may have a little bit of impulse here. So maybe you're trying to, go forward, in a very balanced way. Okay, you're trying to be very balanced with your decision making. You don't want to just jump into something. Maybe you've jumped into something before and it didn't work out. Okay, yeah, this is something that you're building. All right, fulfillment, achievement, success. That's what you're doing, Scorpio. Let's clarify. So what is this that Scorpio is trying to achieve? Okay, or is achieving? Creating. Because that's what you're about. You're creating. You're a creator. For the sign of Scorpio. Okay. Ooh. Spirit speaks. Seek wisdom in prayer, but also have an open dialogue. Hmm. Okay. So, are you praying here? Are you praying for some sort of knowledge on something? Like I said before, some of you are just looking for some sort of information on something so that you can achieve something or balance something out. Okay. Some of you could be like going to court and ready to like win this fight with court or something. If not, this could be someone else dealing with some sort of court situation. Okay, tell me more for the sign of Scorpio. Please clarify, Holy Spirit. The Sun. Bending under pressure, overworked, egotistical, bragging, blinded by faith, flaunting superiority, minor health issues. Okay, so something could be weighing on you as well. You could have been overdoing something. You may need to pay attention to your health. It says hourglass. Old school ways of thinking. Time is running out. Death is near. Time is the enemy turned upside down. Okay. So something's getting ready to be over and done with here. Okay. With that hourglass, it's almost time for something. Okay. To start anew, to end in order to start anew. Or maybe you're overdoing something to catch up to something as well. Like this could be like work, or this could be like a project that you're trying to do. You're trying to create some sort of project, maybe put it out there, and maybe you feel like there's some sort of a deadline here. Okay. Or this could be like how someone else feels. Like, take what resonates, but I feel like for you, oh, protect yourself. Okay, so Spirit is saying protect yourself. Power struggles lead to being manipulative. Yeah, I mean, if you see these two, they don't look very happy. Okay, I feel like someone can see that someone is trying to manipulate them and they're not having it. I feel like that's you. You're not having it. Okay, so protect yourself here. And then we have healing. See through illusions. Like I said, somebody here is seeing through some sort of manipulation. All right, some sort of tactic that someone does. Okay. See through illusions, navigate dangers, and find solace in therapy's guidance. All right, some of you could be going to therapy, but you're getting guidance here to protect yourself. Okay, there's someone here who also, like, they could feel like something was a misunderstanding. They want to fix something with you, Scorpio. Okay, it was an illusion. It was a lie. This could be like he said, she said, like, words that were, you got some sort of misinformation, misinformed about something here. We also have horseshoe, good luck, protection, successful future. Yeah. So you're still going to be very protected here and be very, and this is like the Knight of Wands energy again. So you have good luck in what you're pursuing here. There's a caring spouse, unique opportunities, take them. Maybe there's an opportunity with a spouse here, okay? Maybe there's an opportunity to heal something with someone. But don't let yourself be manipulated, Scorpio, okay? Mercury, short-term decision, without thought, irritable, indecisive, critical, deceptive, blunt and cruel words, sarcastic and fleeting. Okay, I mean, it is Mercury, so people could be getting on your nerves with their, maybe they could be saying sarcastic things, or again, don't be very careful in jumping into something here, because it says decisions without thought. Like, be very, very cautious, Scorpio, because you may not be too happy if you just jump into something. Protect your energy. Okay. Right now, things are a little bit misconstrued. Okay. A little bit upside down because, it's Mercury. So, and that Mercury energy is on you. Okay. But I feel like it's in your benefit because you are achieving something here. But at the same time, you could be feeling like you're getting tested a little bit, okay? Again, people could be getting on your nerves, saying some cruel words to you. You could be feeling irritable. So just take it a day at a time. I feel like you're doing great things though, okay? Rope, surrounded by support and protection. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Like, you're not one to hang yourself in your problems, okay? You're one to be protected here, okay? And you are achieving something great. Like I said, achieving goals and laying down roots, firm foundation, plans towards goals. So continue to focus on those goals, those plans here, and don't be distracted by the illusions, by the bullshit that, that Mercury energy throws at you, okay? Nothing against the planet, but it gets that way. Alright, it says, get better. Let your connection with spirit ground you as you reach for the sky. Yeah. So continue to connect with your spirituality, spiritual side. Okay? Water is very spiritual. Water flows. Okay? Remember that because you are water. All right. It's very easy to connect with the spirit when it comes to using water as well. So doing like spiritual baths, okay, cleansing yourself. All right, cleansing your body helps you. Okay, and it also keeps you clean as well, obviously. But it says a gambler. Reckless, selfish, overestimates ability, doesn't know when to fold them. Chaotic, misjudges own capabilities, unpredictable. So don't be hard on yourself, Scorpio. I feel like there's a chance that you want to take, but you're like, you don't know. Yeah, with the Two of Pentacles, you don't know. You're overthinking the situation. Okay, you may be misjudging a situation as well. Okay, but there is something here that is conflicting with you. It could be another person. Again, with this energy here, you could be right about something, but at the same time, you could be too hard on yourself, or you may be like missing chances on something because you are overthinking a situation and you're never making a decision because, you're thinking, what if? Well, what if this? Well, what if that? But then what if, it's like it's never ending. Like, don't put yourself through that, okay? Don't let that energy feed off of you, all right? Because you see how skinny that girl is? She looks like, her energy has been depleted. She doesn't eat. Like, it's like something is trying to feed off of you, Scorpio. Don't let it feed off of you, okay? Oh, that one jumped right out. Liberty. Embrace your liberty to explore new paths. The world is wide open for your journey. Okay. So yeah, you liberation is here for you. Okay. It's good for you to explore new opportunities. Okay, explore the unknown. All right, you never know what you're gonna get, and I feel like it's going to be good here. That's not without challenges, though. We have challenger, revolutionary, fights the status quo, inspires, leader, joins. Yeah, you're influential. You inspire others. Okay, not in a negative way, in a positive way. That's why it's in reverse. So you're taking a bold action into stepping into the unknown. Again, you do not know exactly what's going to come out of this, but you feel like it'll be successful, it'll be fair. All right, it's something that you're passionate towards. It's something that you're driven towards. You have ambition towards. Okay, and it's also something that makes you feel fulfilled, or that you belong, or like home. All right, this is something that you're working on, and yes, you will be publicly recognized for this, or this is successful here, and this is something that you desire. Wow, Scorpio. Yeah. So what's the overall energy here for Scorpio? Reptilians. Predator, survival, tyrannical. You're in survivor mode right now. You're protecting yourself again from like illusions, alright? Confusions, from predators. This is helping you to survive difficult situations when you protect yourself like this. Okay. I don't know if you're like ignoring a group of people here because this came in the reverse, but I'm like, I don't really take these in reverse. But it says the Galactic Federation collaboration meetings community here. There's something about the community in your area. Third eye, visions, manifesting, meditation. I feel like you're trying to stay to yourself so that you can ground yourself and meditate. Or there's something that you see about a community here. Okay, we did see the Hierophant, so like this could also be an organization. Huh. Maybe you see the truth through the illusions when it comes to a group of people. You see the truth here, Scorpio. Starseed. Self-memories, identity. Yeah, you're learning about yourself. You're understanding that this is just the way that you are. Like, this is how you operate. Okay, maybe you like to be very independent. Maybe you only have only just a few people in your circle. We also have Tau Sitians, resilient, bold, and sassy. Yeah, look at you. That's that ambitious drive that you have right now. Okay, you got something good going for you. You're a dreamer as well. Like, there's something that you are creating with your mind. Ouroboros, infinity, eternal, past life. Yeah, this is something that you're destined for here because this is like the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. We also have Syrians, artistic integrity, honesty. You could be an artist here. Alright. So I feel like you're learning how to be your authentic self. You are cultivating something that's good for you here, okay, in a creative way. Honesty is the best policy as well. So I feel like you're being authentic and genuine with what you want out of life. Okay. I feel like you love family as well with the Ten of Cups out here. But you also have a different way of seeing things. Okay. You have a very unique vision that you have that you want to create. Okay. Hence the creator here. You have the keys in the palm of your hands. Like, you have this power in the palm of your hands to create something for you. It's very unique and genuine. And it's very you, Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, look. With the grays, the tall grays, Arcturian, organized, and intimidating. This could intimidate others, how unique you are, how different you are. Okay. How you have visions and you create what you see in your third eye. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Yes. Earth element. Survival, adaptable, reliable. Okay. And as I said, your third eye. So this is what you are doing. Okay. You're surviving by creating this vision that you have. You have a vision. Okay. And you're anchoring it down. You're grounding it. You're building it and you're making sure that it's solid, that it sticks. Okay. Proud of you for that. That's good. Wow. Alright, so let's see what else you need to know. Let's get some more clarifications, confirmations for the sign of Scorpio. Let's see. Scorpio need to know. New beginning. Look at you creating. Look at you pushing that button and actually creating something. Look at you. It says pressing life's reset button, setting new intentions, gaining fresh perspectives, and seeing the world anew. Embracing new beginnings and letting go of the past. Okay, Scorpio. So, and this could have other people upset, or there's some sort of tension here, but I feel like you don't care too much about. Yeah, you don't care. Numbness. You don't care. Okay, these people, whoever this is that's feeling some type of way about your new beginning, about what you're creating, they wanted to use you. They wanted to exploit you. Okay? And I think that you've seen that illusion. Maybe this is what the illusion was, that certain people, especially when it comes to business, they took advantage of you. Okay? Now you're escaping from this. All right, it says escaping emotions with substance isolates you, numbing emotions through substance, and losing touch with your true self. I feel like, honestly, like there were people that had you going towards a dark path as well, and maybe you had a realization about that. And so you took steps to move forward instead. You took steps to improve and not to, you know, disapprove of yourself in your life. Like, you want better for yourself, right? So you don't want people that's going to influence you to go down a dark path where your heart is closed, or where you have no excitement for something. It's just you're working like a zombie, or you're just, you know, you're loving the person just to be with them and say that you have a spouse when really you want to be in love, right? So I feel like you're making the steps. Yeah, you're even blocking people. You're detoxing yourself from people that could be, like, you know, triggering you in some way. Yeah, and this promotion, this sign of progress here, this is confirmation that you're on the right path, okay? Or Spirit is saying just move along from people who trigger you, okay? Gambling again. Look at that. So there's definitely a risk that you are taking here, and I feel like you're taking a risk in a new beginning here. It says interest. All right? So this is why you're doing this new beginning, okay? Because you have self-interest, and you may have, again, you may have been used by other people, and you say, you know what, it's time for Scorpio to think about Scorpio. Okay, so that's what you're doing. You're taking a bet. You're like, you know what, bet I'm gonna like do my own thing here. 777 could be very significant here. Okay, speculation. Ooh, peeping in the reverse with distraction. Okay, listen, here goes these illusions. But speculation, chasing quick gains and ignoring long-term stability, overestimating potential returns, and understanding risks. So if you haven't took this risk yet, again, you could be like really overthinking the situation. You're not really sure what you'll get out of it, okay? Or some people are expecting more out of you in order for you to give them your energy so that they can exploit you again. They're expecting you to do the same cycle over again. And there could be people watching you or trying to watch your moves, but you have them blocked, like, or you're not paying attention to them. Okay, so it says in the reverse, the walls we built for privacy have crumbled, and now everyone knows too much. We need to rebuild trust before we can move forward. So yeah, don't let people know what you got going on. Okay? Don't. There's people that you don't trust here, but yet they have some sort of information on you. Or yeah, it's like people, everyone knows too much. So there's someone here who like knows too much. They could be even gossiping, making speculations, assumptions about you, but this is only a distraction, okay, to have you second guessing what you're gonna do next. Subtle cues hint at impending danger. A breath away from potential turmoil. In the closeness of peril lies. Caution's call. Yeah, so be very cautious here, because something is a distraction, and whatever this distraction is meant for your downfall. And like I said, this is people gossiping, making rumors about you. Alright? Try to prevent this. Try to prevent this, Scorpio. Okay, so let's get some encouraging advice. And Some good inspiration here for you, Scorpio. Okay, with the fairy tale oracle, something here could tell you more about something that you don't know or a situation that's hidden from you. Let's see. This could just speak about all about your situation and how you're taking a risk on something here. All right, for the sign of Scorpio, it's quieter now because I turned the AC off, and I hope it wasn't too loud. But yeah, let's see. First card, the Princess and the Pea. Okay, you're sensitive right now. Okay. You're sensitive right now. Oop. The Tinderbox Soldier. Ambition. Oh my gosh, didn't I say you have some sort of ambition in you right now? Some drive. Wow. Okay. And this is the first time I got this card. And what's here? The Wooden Maiden Trust. Alright, so there's something that you have to trust. Okay. There's something here that you have to trust. Okay, so the Princess and the Pea sensitivity. Once there was a prince who wanted to marry a princess. Only a real one would do. There is no hiding who you truly are. Even if you were to forget your own past, your character will display where you're from and who are you, or who you are. This card is about those who are sensitive and clairsentient, clear feeling. This ability to discern something slightly amiss can be challenging to live with, as is the sensitivity you experience in environments that are strange and new to you. Some people may find you difficult, fussy, and even accuse you of falsifying your own sensitivity. But others will understand that some people are able to feel what cannot be seen by the human eye, and their true value can be recognized by observation of their actions. While the being at the center of this story is a princess, this does not mean there is any entitled attitude taking place. It is simply that there is a kind of rare quality to you. Some will deny this, and others will recognize this and value you for who you are. Your life will not always be easy. Feeling so much, so easily is difficult for you, and often for others around you. But when this trait is worked with well, when you can use this ability to feel and sense what is around, it can be of great value and lead to great strength. So you must learn to work with your own sensitivity and to harness its powers for the good of others, and to deal with the hypersensitivity in ways that are helpful for you too. You cannot pretend to be other than what or who you are. Others will always find you out, so no more pretenses. Come out into the open with who you truly are, what you can sense, what you can feel, and how you know what you know. And be authentic. It is already known who you truly are. Your incredible sensitivity will be revealed, even when you are asleep. No matter how much the disturbance is hidden from you, you will feel it out. Such awareness must be learned to live with, else it could haunt you. And you must find others like yourself to be amongst. The layers cannot cover who you are. There is no mask you can wear. There is no place you can go where you will feel differently. You are who you are, and beneath the layers, the pea will find its way into your skin and bruise you deeply. Ouch. So, you are who you are, Scorpio, okay? Excuse my slurs. I feel like, embrace who you are. Be your authentic self. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you right now, okay? The Tinderbox Ambition. The dog brought the princess back to her copper castle, but in the morning while she was having tea with her father and mother, the king and queen, she told them that she had a very strange dream that night. A large dog with eyes as big as teacups had come and carried her away to a soldier who kissed her. "That's a nice story," said the queen, but she didn't mean it. "One dog has eyes as big as teacups, another eyes as big as saucers, and the third eyes as big as towers. They are the guardians of 3 chests of coins, copper, silver, and gold. And they obey the bidding of the owner of a little tinder box, which contains a flint and a candle stub. Whenever these are lit, the dogs come to do their bidding. A soldier marches along a road. The war is over, and he has nothing except for his uniform and the marching steps he takes. Along the side of the road, he is greeted by a witch who asks him to perform a task for her. To fetch a tinder box from deep within the earth through a hollowed out magical oak tree. In return, he is given a magical piece of cloth to place each guardian on, and he can fill his pockets with as much treasure as he can carry. But when he sees what these creatures guard, and when the witch will not tell him why the tinderbox is so very valuable, he chops off her head and takes the tinderbox and moves into his new life, a rich man. There is much more to the story than that. Of course, he has yet to meet the princess and ask the dogs to do his bidding to find her. But this tale is about the choices this soldier makes. In order to make his fortune, he kills. He is a soldier. Perhaps he has done worse. He is without work, without pay, and quite penniless. He sees a way out, and he takes it. He does good deeds and bad along the way. And at the end, he has all a young man could wish for. He has made his fortune, married a princess, and he has control over a magical fortune via 3 magical dogs. The last image is of the creatures staring at the table at the wedding feast. This story is not over, for the dogs are watching, and there is more to this tale. This is a tale like Aladdin, of having control over a magical fortune, and what will and can be done to take back the power one has lost in one's life. He cuts off the head of Magic herself, the witch, and takes what may have been hers. The tinderbox represents control and rulership, and the desire to have all that you want. I thought so much about this tale when I was a child. Why did he not simply take the money and create a life for himself? Or would the witch have sent the dogs after him, to kill him and keep her secret safe? What are people prepared to do to get what they want and to keep their secrets? This is kind of a long one. In this tale, we see that at times asking for help can be dangerous. It certainly is for the witch, and for the soldier, killing comes easy, as do threats throughout the story. When one has power and infinite wealth, you can force those about you to do your bidding, and you can even have the most sought-after treasure in the land, a princess and royal statues, as at the end, the soldier becomes the king. The story is also about the impossibility of avoiding fate, for there is a prophecy that the princess will marry a soldier, and no matter how her parents try to thwart this fate, it comes true in any case. So if you have this card, what are you to make of this? That you must choose what you will and will not do to have power and money. That you may be given an offer that can lead to danger and rewards. That at times you must cut people out of your life in order to keep secrets safe. And that getting what you ultimately want does not mean that you are unwatched. For the dogs watch at the wedding feast, there are always witnesses to all the things that we do. So this is your choice. You may choose to be ruthless, and yet you may seem unpunished, but you will be observed, and you will never rest easy. Or you can choose to live with different values and live a different life. But if you become like the soldier, you must be prepared to do harsh things for a seemingly great reward. The story is morally ambiguous. Perhaps you will never have consequences, but the eyes of the dogs will be watching you, and your soul will know what you have chosen to do. But then, what life did this soldier have before him? He was poor, cast out by the war, and had done terrible things. In life, there are always harsh choices. You cannot avoid them, and at times, not everyone can benefit from a choice. There will, at times, be those who are hurt by the choices you make. You must decide whether these choices are worth it, whether they are worth the unending gaze of the dogs of the magical tinderbox. Will your ambition grow? And when, dear friend, will enough be enough? So this is about a ruthless quest, okay? So how will you repay? It says how will you repay a good turn, all right? What path are you going to choose when it comes to your ambition? Either way, you may get what you seek, but it's not unwatched. Like it's being seen, and trust me, you don't want to have that weight on your shoulders, like, or that weight on your chest of feeling that guilt that you hurt someone in order to get what you want. So I feel like you have much ambition here, and you're being guided to choose the right path towards your ambitions, okay? So now we're at the Wooden Maiden Trust. The maiden smiled at her and said in a sweet voice, "Batushka, do you like to dance?" Her manner was so gracious that Batushka no longer felt afraid and answered, "Oh, I could dance all day long." A tale of a little girl living alone with her mother in a tumble-down cottage and two little goats. The little girl, despite their circumstances, is always cheerful and in good spirits. Her energy is a delight to be around. She loves the birch wood near the cottage where the goats are pastured in the warm times. Her job is to care for the goats and spin their fleece throughout the day. Be sure to bring home a full spindle, Batushka, for that is her name, is told each day, and she does. She would go to the birch wood with the trees, and within their embrace she would dance and invent wondrous games, and sing to the goats, to the trees, and to the birds. She would wind the goat's fleece about her head and dance. And after a time of this, she would go beneath a tree and begin to spin the wool, humming as she went about her work. Each day, her mother gave her a piece of bread, so she was not too hungry and happy. Batushka had no distaff, so she wound the flax around her head. Then she took the little basket and went romping and singing behind the goats to the birch wood. When they got there, she sat down under a tree and pulled the fibres of the flax from her head with her left hand, and her right hand let down the spindle so that it went humming along the ground. All the while she sang until the woods echoed, and the little goats nibbled away at the leaves and grass. When the sun showed midday, she put the spindle aside, called the goats and gave them a mouthful of bread so that they wouldn't stray, and ran off into the woods to hunt berries or any other wild fruit that was in season. Then when she had finished her bread and fruit, she jumped up, folded her arms, and danced and sang. While in the birch wood, she would find wild strawberries and raspberries to eat and bring sweetness to her life, and never a frown nor a moment's discontent came to the little girl. She was a sweet and merry little shepherdess, yet she worked hard and always filled the basket with her spinning. So she was a great help to her mother, and the goats loved her dearly. One day, right as the sun had reached its highest, Batushka spread her arms, ready to whirl in her own invented dance of love to the wood, to life. But she was no longer alone. Before her stood a most beautiful maiden, dressed in clothes spun from cobwebs, flowers of the forest in her hair, and long golden hair which fell to her waist. Batushka's mouth fell open in a perfect O of surprise. Batushka said, the maiden, without moving her lips, "Do you love to dance?" She was so kind, her voice so gentling, that Batushka suddenly felt her heart fill with sunshine. "Yes," she answered with a bright and sweet smile. "I could dance all day." So she and the maiden danced, and as they danced, tall, slender beings with hair of gold and skin of white came forward, playing instruments made of wood and stone, delicate as flowers, and the music was the sweetest ever heard. Birds joined them and sung a song of the wild things, enchanting unlike any other sound heard by human ears before. Petrushka forgot everything but the dance. So complete and alive she felt. She danced till the sun fell from the sky in a sudden dip, and when the last ray of gold penetrated the forest, the maiden vanished along with the orchestra, and finally only the birds remained, singing the song to call their young to the nests. Petrushka was unhappy. For the first time, she fretted. She had not done her work, and her mother needed her help. She fell to silence. And even the goats felt her sadness and wondered what was wrong. In this tale, as you can see, there is a balance between working and the life of dance. Petrushka is both responsible and joyous, and has this balance worked out until she is asked to dance with a fairy. And from this time forth, she forgets her work. Although the fairy sees to it that her basket is full of spun fleece, Petrushka knows that the first time guilt Petrushka knows for the first time guilt and longing and discontent. At the same time, she discovers ecstasy and the abandonment of herself. Is a lot of words, sorry. The fairies come to her aid and give her a magical chant. Reel and grumble not, reel and grumble not, and her basket is full each night, spun as if, and indeed is, by magic. Almost done here. But her mother knows something is amiss. Her daughter is not the same, and she asks what is wrong. When Petrushka finally tells her mother of the dancing and the fae, she breaks the spell, and she no longer has this magical help. Her mother grumbles, for she knows her daughter had met a wooden maiden, one who often dances little boys to death, but who can be kind to little girls, and offer them their help and great riches. What are we to make of this tale? To never accept magical help? What parents should allow children time to simply be children? But before the spell is broken, little Petrushka is gifted birch leaves, which the wood maiden turns to gold. And although there are only a few, they suddenly have enough to buy a farm with good rich land and strong fine cattle, and their own well and trees. Petrushka could have dancing shoes and lessons and pretty clothes to wear, but she never attains the same levels of content as she had before meeting the wood maiden. Nor does she ever reach the ecstatic heights the fairy dance gave her. And she never meets the wooden maiden, never again, and even though she longed to dance with her every day, this is a card that encourages you to trust at this moment that although what is taking place seems unreal and you will doubt your own experience, you would do best to trust that it has taken place for a reason. The gifts you have been offered need not be questioned. It is a time to arrest cynicism and to be careful of who you share the gift with, of what is most precious. It is now a time to believe and to share, and to know that there is an other world, a fairyland, and its denizens are your allies at this time. Hold close this gift, and trust that it is as it seems to be. It is good and it is true. Wow. So basically, be careful. That was a long one too. Wow. Yeah, be content, be grateful for where you're at now, and if you're experiencing something, it's definitely for a reason. It's probably for your best, okay? For your best interest here. Okay, every day we learn lessons, all right? And what is life without lessons? So you have to trust that you are on the right path, and know that you may not be around certain people for a reason as well. You may because your sensitive energy, All right, you could know certain things about people or feel certain things about people. All right, and you make choices, but then you may second guess, like, did I make the right choice? Yes, trust that you did, okay? Because maybe someone, and non intentionally could affect, like, your contentness, what drives you, okay? You have ambition here, okay, of course, and continue to have that ambition, but make the right choice, do the right thing, all right, Scorpio? All right, this was your reading. I hope that it helped you. Please hit that like button. Let me know if it resonated for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.